Austin.
Welcome to Austin.
Check, hey.
We're here with Josh from Chicago's very own M's here at South by Southwest 2006 in Austin, Texas. And it's the middle of the afternoon, and these guys are about to go on for a daytime showcase. And Josh, you want to talk a little bit about your songwriting process for the latest album? Future Women, it's called. Just came out last month.
Sure, John. Well, it's really highly collaborative. There's, if you come to see us live, you'll see that there's 3 lead singers, but there's actually 4 songwriters in the band, and we really sort of just bounce ideas off of each other in the recording process, and we really take a lot of time to demo stuff and try to work any idea from any angle that we can, just to try to get the most out of wherever an idea is going to come from, and get the most out of each other, and we really trust each other. So for this process, it was kind of interesting because this was more of an album concept for us versus our last record that we did, which was kind of an amalgamation of 3 separate EP sessions that we did. And this one we had a little more time to sort of nurse the album concept and then get involved in the songs themselves.
So it started out from the beginning as a conscientious decision to make an album?
Pretty much. Yeah. We didn't know necessarily which songs we were going to pick or anything like that, but we knew that we were going to make a record, and 11, 12, 13 songs. We had a few in mind about what we were going to start off with, and then we had enough time, luckily, enough flexibility so that when we did have some good things down, we were able to pick and choose from past demos that we did to sort of round out the sound and to make it a record.
Do you guys write collaboratively, or do you kind of trade ideas back and forth through tape, or
yeah, I mean, we live really close to one another, and it always starts out as a recording process. Somebody's got a nugget of an idea, either like a fully fleshed out 3.5-minute pop song or more of just a little idea, and we're able to bounce it off of each other, and it's really collaborative. It's really egalitarian. There's no strong egos, but who's ever got the stronger opinion usually wins out, and we follow that for a little while, and we trade that off. So it's a really cool cool process.
Do the different members of the M's kind of have a different way of sparking ideas? Like, you usually all write everything on the guitar to start out with, or how does that work?
The 3 singers do. That's generally how we start out. It's usually just like sitting around with an acoustic guitar, and you start out with just little ideas, and they expand into bigger ones. Now, Steve, our drummer, he writes a little bit differently. Because he's able to play the drums, he's able to sort of bring a song, flesh it out a little bit more in terms of like the percussion and how it's going to go.
Yeah.
So, all in all, our process as the singers is pretty much the same, but then we have this other facet of it in there that's pretty cool, and it definitely throws us for loops all the time.
Yeah. So what do you find the most interesting part is coming up with the germ of an idea, or kind of the kind of later in the production stage where you're getting the specific sounds and doing the kind of instrumentation and arrangement?
Usually the hardest part is coming up with the nugget, because generally you don't know what the band's going to bring to it, and that's at once it frees us up to come up with any sort of idea, and then to you really experiment and bounce it off of each other to sort of come up with the final thing. But the final song, when it's done and recorded, that's pretty much where we have the most fun, and it's generally just dumping as many ideas as we can and pulling as many different sorts of lines or anything at all, out of the song, and then it sort of finds its own way, and that's sort of interesting. It's definitely a process of discovery.
Yeah. What do you use personally for your kind of demo setup? Do you have a recording setup at home?
Yeah, we have some good outboard preamps and stuff. You want to know them specifically?
Name any names, or sure.
Well, I mean, our bread and butter for a long time was the DBX. It's a 670 Silverface.
Okay.
And it's preamp and compressor, and that's tube, and that really brings a good, well-rounded signal to what essentially is just a digital recording board. We use an Akai DPS 16s, which they don't make anymore, but we've got 2 of them, so we can link them up. We got 32 tracks.
Okay.
We recently got the UA 6176.
Oh, okay.
And
how do you
that's hot.
like that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot.
Excellent.
It's great. We still haven't even pulled as much as we're going to out of it, but that's pretty much what we're going to as a default right now. And
Okay.
we've got a pretty good selection of mics, so we're able to vary things up and get different sounds.
So do you guys do your own mixing or just the basic tracking, or?
Yeah, so far we've done we've done all of our basic tracking and all the mixing on this record and the previous one, and basically everything we've almost ever done has been by us.
That's great.
And we try to keep it. I mean, Steve, our drummer, is a very good engineer, and he's engineered and produced lots of other records in Chicago, and he's really making a name for himself. And I think this is his like crowning achievement. This is the best that he's done in my mind. And so what we were able to do is basically do everything to 2-inch tape, and then bounce it down to Pro Tools.
Okay.
So we did all the tracking in 2-inch tape.
Okay.
And then we took everything and bounced it down to Pro Tools, and then we mixed the record from Pro Tools.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of bands kind of take that kind of general approach of going to the analog tape and then bouncing to Pro Tools. What do you think that adds to the sound, or what kind of sonic characteristics do you think that provides?
It's just an ease of mixing and editing. It's very difficult to edit tracks that you've recorded on 2-inch. There's lots of cutting and that sort of thing, and when you dump it down to Pro Tools, you can really get down to little finite issues that you might have, whether it's a performance or a guitar tone or something, and you've got a lot of flexibility.
Right. Yeah. Excellent. So what do you guys use for like amps and guitars, and do you have any specific stuff that you always go to, or?
So far, it's been pretty standard fare. I've got a 73 twin Silverface.
Yeah.
Rob uses an AC30. Got an AC15.
Are those like the original ones, or are
Vox.
they reissues?
They're reissues.
Yeah,
They're reissues.
You're happy with those?
It's been great.
Yeah.
And I think it's really sort of defined our sound and helped us along.
Yeah, they can't go wrong with the Vox stuff.
Right.
It's pretty,
and Rob plays a Gibson and I play a Fender. It's pretty standard stuff.
Yeah.
Our keyboards are these really crappy old. I've got a combo organ called the Mellosonic 300.
Wow.
Yeah. Try to find that out, and if you do, email me at josh@thems.com.
Do you need parts or something?
I found one on comboorgan.com years ago, and I was really retarded and didn't buy it. It was $150.
Wow.
So I'll be playing this organ. I'm not going to play it today or anything, but I'll be playing this organ and keys will just fly off.
Yeah.
I'll have to find them at the end of the set.
Yeah, I got an old Farfisa with some pretty hurt.
You know what I'm talking about.
You open it up inside and you're like, ugh. But it sounds good though.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I got folks coming up to me all the time just wondering where I'm getting that organ sound from.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
Great.
It's going to be tough to reinvent it, and that's why I'm looking for another one. So.
Yeah. So, all right, how excited are you about the new album and the reception it's getting? And are you guys are?
I mean, it's just been really pretty great.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going to happen, of course, and when you start out on something like this, you don't know where it's going to lead. And for this one, we just really got all our ducks in a row. We were able to get on a really supportive label, and then we were able to get our PR people and get our business manager and get our booking agency, and everything sort of lined up for this record.
Yeah.
And then when we got the record out, it got leaked on the internet, and what we were getting back from us, the feedback was really hot. So we're really excited about it.
Yeah. Josh, appreciate
All right, John,
taking
thank
the
you very
time
much.
out. Yeah.
My
Good luck.
pleasure. Thanks a lot.
And keep
Cheers.
it going. Yeah.
All through the
luck.